6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Pakistan Stock Exchange achieved historic milestone today as the KSC 100 shares index surpassed 100,000 points, psychological barrier. The Prime Minister has expressed the resolve to take every possible measure for economic stability and development of the country. Shahbaz Sharif has called for collective action to mitigate the adverse effects of climate change. Designated banks will remain open on Saturday and Sunday to receive Hajj applications. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian forces have arrested dozens of innocent youths in search operations. The third and last one-day cricket international between Pakistan and Zimbabwe is underway at Bulawayo. And now the news in detail. The Pakistan Stock Exchange achieved another historic milestone today as the KSC 100 shares index breached 100,000 point psychological barrier for the first time in the history of the country. The KSC 100 index that closed at 99,269 points yesterday reached 100,540 points with an increase of 1,271 points at the start of the business activities. The constant upward trend in the stock market reflects the increasing confidence of the business community and investors in government policies to strengthen the economy. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has congratulated the nation on the Pakistan Stock Exchange KSC 100 shares index surpassing 100,000 points for the first time in the history of the country. In a statement, the Prime Minister said this remarkable achievement reflects the trust of the business community and investors in the government's policies. Shahbaz Sharif said the government's economic team and officials working tirelessly to promote investment in the country deserve appreciation for achieving this milestone. The Prime Minister said he had pledged to take every possible measure for economic stability and development of the country. Shahbaz Sharif said the enemies of stability and development are making malicious and failed attempts to derail the country again. He said we will not allow the enemies of the nation's development and prosperity to succeed in their nefarious designs. The Prime Minister said inflation rate in the country has further decreased. The interest rate stands at 15%, while remittances have reached a record high. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has expressed deep grief and sorrow over the devastating floods in Malaysia. In a statement, he expressed solidarity with the Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim and the people of Malaysia. The Prime Minister said Pakistan and Malaysia are long-standing, close and brotherly nations. He said Pakistan will not leave them alone in this time of crisis. Shahbaz Sharif highlighted that the adverse effects of climate change are affecting the entire world, stressing the need for collective action to mitigate its impacts. The Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Ataullah Tarar, has once again categorically stated that no firing was carried out by the security personnel on Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf's protesters. Talking to foreign media in Islamabad today, along with the Minister for Planning and Development, Ehsan Iqbal, he said the Pakistan Institute of Medical Sciences and Polyclinic Hospital have denied receiving any bodies or gunshot wound victims. The Information Minister said Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf miscreants were armed with latest weaponry and they tried to breach the red zone and wreak havoc. Ataullah Tarar said the security forces were there to protect the sanctity of the capital. He said there was no reason behind the protest, emphasizing the government has nothing to do with the cases of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf's founder. The Minister for Planning and Development said the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf founder is not a political prisoner. He regretted that PTI has always used their workers as a fodder for their political designs. The Minister for Kashmir Affairs in Gilgit-Baltistan, Engineer Amir Maqam, called on the Governor Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Faisal Karim Kundi, in Peshawar today. During the meeting, they discussed the prevailing political situation, especially the law and order situation of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. They agreed to enhance liaison with the federal government to resolve the issues faced by the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. This is Radio Pakistan. Designated banks will remain open to receive Hajj applications on Saturday and Sunday, according to a circular of the State Bank of Pakistan issued today. The branches of designated banks shall remain open from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday to facilitate the collection of Hajj applications along with dues from the intending pilgrims for Hajj 2025. The Hajj applications will be received by Tuesday. The Punjab Chief Minister Mariam Nawaz has approved the plan to outsource solid waste management services in all the tehsils of the province. She gave this approval while presiding over a meeting to review the progress of Sutra Punjab campaign today. Speaking on the occasion, the Chief Minister emphasized that the quality of cleanliness should be uniform in every street. A tribal jirga on security-related matters was held in Chaman. It was attended by the Inspector General FC Balochistan North, Major General Abid Mazhar, tribal elders and officials from the civil administration. The jirga focused on discussions regarding Pakistan-Afghanistan border management and security issues. The IGFC emphasized that all available resources are being utilized to ensure peace in the area and protect the Pakistan-Afghanistan border. The tribal elders appreciated the efforts of the FC for peace and its contributions in the social sector. The tribal leaders expressed their full support for Pakistan Army and FC in the fight against terrorism. Principals and faculty members of Balochistan's different colleges met the Commander Balochistan Corps, Lieutenant General Rahat Naseem Ahmed Khan, in Quetta. The faculty praised the efforts of the Pakistan Army and the FC for restoration of peace in the province and paid tribute to the martyrs. The Indian forces have arrested dozens of innocent youths in a series of sweeping cordon and search operations conducted at more than 50 locations across the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. According to Kashmir Media Service, the operations conducted by the Indian Army's Rashtriya Rifles, Central Reserve Police Force, Special Operations Group and Village Defence Guards targeted several areas in Katwa, Kishtwar, Doda, Rajouri, Punch, Udhampur and Raisi districts. At least 10 youths were arrested in Katwa and 20 in other districts. Several electronic devices were seized during the raids. On the other hand, the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir High Court has ruled that the right to property is a fundamental human right. The ruling was issued in response to a petition filed by a resident of Kupwara, Abdul Majid Lone, who sought justice for the unauthorized occupation of over 12 canals of land by the Indian Army since 1978. The court's judgment mandates that the Indian government compensate Lone for the prolonged land occupation, which was a violation of fundamental rights. And now cricket. In the third and last one-day international against Pakistan at Bulawayo, Zimbabwe were 115 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in 23.3 overs a short while ago. Batting first, Pakistan scored 303 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in the allotted 50 overs. The 3-match series is levelled 1-1. And finally, the weather report. Cloudy weather with rain, wind and thunderstorms. Snowfall over the hills is expected in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 12 hours, while partly cloudy weather with light to moderate rain, wind and thunderstorm is also expected at isolated places in Upper Punjab, Islamabad, Murree and the Galiat. Cold and dry weather is expected elsewhere in the country. Smog and fog in patches is likely to prevail in isolated plain areas of the Punjab and Upper Sindh during morning and night hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official